Welcome back. We are playing Faceless China because, Nameless China rather. We have no name. A country needs no name. A country has no name. Now, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to put the name above China, and instead we got it in Brazil and in Canada. Ooh, that's interesting. It fades a little. Look at that. It fades, and then when we scroll over, it comes in. I didn't notice that before. Okay, so last episode we conquered most of Eastern Europe. This episode, I think we'll be moving on to a different region, because, I mean, we're so close to conquering Eastern Europe, this isn't like an accomplishment that'll make for a good thumb, so we probably just conquer Western Europe, I guess, except we have a truce with Finland, so instead we'll go for Indonesia, I think. This will make a good goal for the episode. Right now we have a communist uprising in Khiva, who is our subject, so it pulls us in and prevents us from starting a war. This is a mechanic I really don't like, because there's nothing we did to cause that rebellion, but now we can't start Diplo plays. The South German secession, however, we did stuff to cause that, and this is going to pop in just a second, but kind of this inability to, like, pass the type of stuff we want to pass, or sorry, not to start a bunch of wars is really stymieing this world conquest attempt. We're more than strong enough to fight every single country at once, but it is what it is. I imagine they update the game mechanics in 1.2 and world conquest gets much easier, but for now we have to try and do it like this. We have also, at the back of the queue, added something a little cheeky. Some construction centers. Which, obviously we don't need more construction centers, but we don't need a lot of things, you know? And so this is gonna... Oop. Yep. Our enemy activated the secession for the South Germans. And we are going to try and crush them. They, of course, are uncertain with this penalty of, or this plus 75 bonus, which is really obnoxious. So this war is going to 100% happen. We of course still have what is this run without our bugged generals? So we have that. Gotta have the bugged generals, whom you cannot raise. Might have to recruit some more generals. We have like a couple hundred battalions in reserve, but you know, the military, we're not deleting the military just because we don't need it, because it does stimulate our economy. In fact, we have started even, like, it's jobs for people, you know? And we have started even doing something a little bit different in regards to our spending. Oh, finally. Okay. What? The Social Democratic Party wins? Okay. Didn't want that. Well, they're currently in power. Can we put in these guys? Not really. We might have to in order to... Oh, no, actually. Well, we need to get public schools for our event chain or whatever. But universal suffrage, if this doesn't pass on this tick, we might stop that and switch to enact public schools, because we do have a lot more legitimacy now. Yeah, we hope they just back down here. Like, they just see all the guys on the front, they're like, no thank you, but they're not going to do that. Could we even do this? No. But there is a decent amount of support for public schools, so we'll see. We'll mobilize all of our generals. It doesn't matter. We can't scare them more is the problem. 75 is the cap. And I wish that the cap of the relative military strength was not equal to the cap of Civil War and Native Uprising, although I understand they do this so that it always, like, they do it so it always pops, but, like, it's, oh, whatever. I don't know. It's cramping our style, man. Like, we'll put this down soon enough, but then we have to wait for them to capitulate, too. Luckily, they don't need to minus 100 to capitulate, but... rousing speech. We'll take the enactment chance. I guess we'll just get universal suffrage in. Oh my god. The lag. This is one downside of building this much construction, is it does make you lag. My computer's not even like a toaster. Not anymore. And it's still making us lag, so... What is this? Newly discovered oil. Oh yeah, brother. I'm gonna need that infrastructure. My kingdom for more logging camps, to be honest. I think we have been running a shortage of hardwood for forever now. Ooh, it's not a shortage anymore. Hey yo. Let's go. Can't establish an import route, of course, because we are isolationist China. We are the market. That is the Chinese market. Definitely want to build more stuff, though. I already got a bunch of those in queue. Wild that these would be profitable, slightly. Furniture is real profitable, but we have this thing where, okay, so our people are consuming a ton of furniture. I actually want to decrease the furniture consumption, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to tariff furniture because I want them to find substitute goods. And then also, we're making 11 million, and we have a gold reserve of 5.7 billion, which is a lot. Even with our investment pool draining, which has been draining slightly for a long time now, but that's 2.9 billion, so we kind of almost have like a reserve of like 8 to 10 billion. We gotta find a way to spend it all. We're stockpiling gold. But yeah, so what we were gonna do here is go into development, and currently we are paying for line infantry with our conscription centers, even though we'll never use them ever. And we're just doing this just 100% to stimulate the economy. It's just pure stimmy. But what we might do is go to skirmish to stimulate it even more, which doesn't employ any more people, but it will make our ammunition places employ more people, they will have more money, which will increase demand for all consumer goods. And so this is our stimulation effort. Just try and stimulate the economy a little bit more. Do want to delete the barracks that are unnecessary, just because we're trying to be a little bit of a nit with everything. I think we can switch everything to infiltrators if we wanted to. What do we not have on infiltrators? Oh. Yeah. There we go. And then we have a mix of airplanes and motorized. Which we might want to switch to only airplanes, but it's kind of a topic for these guys here. Because you guys are making, yeah, so the dirt cheap planes. I think we have more than enough. Yeah, okay, so that means we do have more than enough planes, so we can switch all of them to planes and then turn off all car production. Because the tanks are what's expensive. I think I like that, actually. And then we gotta turn off all just not gonna swap any of those, and we might yeah, it's gonna be profitable for one of these to be automobiles. Let's just do it in the capital, I guess. Put on a water tube boiler. Now we have it. Unfortunate that we're not going to finish the Kiva fight up before this one pops, so we're not going to be able to start a war of our own. But, it is what it is. Oop, we have to add to the construction queue. These aren't very profitable, but we're still going to expand them. Up to 14k construction as well. We'll just focus actually where we have encouraged manufacturing. A kingdom for a plus 50 button. I'm gonna overexpand these slightly. And these, just enough, is what we want. These places will not auto-expand if they're running a deficit, which is like what we want, but also we want to make sure we got auto-expansion going. Well, I guess we can also stimulate the economy just by adding a ton of unis in all the incorporated territories too. That would empower the Intelligentsia a lot. But like kind of how we're just paying for military goods we don't really need. And we could try and get literacy up to 100, which doesn't do anything for us, but it's whatever. Let's just get these up to 51 for the max throughput bonus. Which they don't need, but I don't know. Those will be high-paying jobs, and then they will consume consumer goods. They'll increase the price of paper, stuff like this. A couple groups want to preserve census suffrage, but we are going universal to try and maintain high legitimacy. After this, we will go for public schools. Our nihilist did die. Making way too much money here. Maybe we want to try and get welfare payments back up a little bit. But I do like the fact that unemployment is dropping. Let's switch to carriers. Let's just check the price. Yeah. Of planes. Well, planes are pretty expensive. The tank prices is not what's driving this to be profitable. So we also only have one of these. We could subsidize it because we're paying for the goods either way. You know? We had an election? The communists didn't win? we have to pay either way. And here we could just pay for more jobs. So they would also make the goods super, super cheap, right? I kind of don't like that it's going to consume another, like, 1.5k oil. Also wish we could make a government run if we're doing that. If we're just going to subsidize. But then we don't have to pay a lot for the airplanes and stuff. And that will kick up the average annual wage really high. If we go here, I think there'll be a lot of unemployed here in Beijing. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. It's gonna cost us a lot, but the average annual wage is gonna shoot up. These people are gonna buy more consumer goods. It also is driving up the price of all this for us. Although the oil we would rather it not, but it's not really using that much oil in hardwood as it is the other stuff. Yikes, this is a huge amount of subsidies a week. But then we could switch these to carriers. Pretty comfortably. We have to keep in mind that this is also decreasing. It's not that we're paying that much, because, let's see. Goods for military buildings. Okay, it's going up because we turned on the things for carriers, which also includes, like, ammunition, I think. But the amount we're spending on airplanes and tanks dramatically decreased when we, so the price of tanks is shooting down, and we're buying these, so it's decreasing what we're paying for these significantly. I guess we don't want it at minus 75%, which it is. I mean, we could give the militia groups in our countries tanks. Yeah, just go do a little of this action. Since the tanks are so cheap. It is a little too much, though. Because we're not benefiting from making it cheaper once it's at minus 75%. So this is not, like, a fully efficient way of doing this. We're gonna just back this down to like level 40. I guess until the tanks are... just barely 75%. I think, well, if we mobilized all, let's mobilize everything. Everything is mobilized. Okay, so let's look at the market. And there's sell orders. We need to decrease the sell orders by, is it 0.6 or something? So, or yeah, by 0.6 thousand. So that should be good. And then let's make sure it's the only one in the world. Or in our market. Yeah, it is the only war machine thing in our market. I think publicly trading it won't do anything but hire capitalists. So now it's subsidized and planes are made as cheap as possible. This should just barely be We can even decrease at another level. 75%. And then employment will be stable, it's higher annual wage, it's driving up standard of living in a way that we're kind of okay with. Suppose I could start subsidizing stuff like textile mills, although that's like an incredible... Subsidizing 6,500 levels is much different than subsidizing... you know... Why is it taking so long to conquer Cuba? God, that's so obnoxious. Oh, I mean, probably switching our PMs mid-fight doesn't help. Yeah, fair enough. I forgot what I was building. Oh yes, more clothes. Because most of the stuff in the clothes chain is not reliant on goods. We have global shortages of. We can build more cotton, you know? We cannot build more forests, cannot get more hardwood, really. Yep. It's been like this for some time. I suppose we could just do something like annex France and help out with that, but that's really not part of the goal. We're trying to get Indonesia today. We get universal suffrage. Big nice. So now, could we put you in the government? Probably not, yep. Can a little bit. I'm gonna just reset, and we're gonna go for public schools. There's no oppo to this, so that'll be nice. I bet the Confucian scholars, since we've switched over like the schools and the admins to be secular, decreased quite a bit. No clout. I guess this is the menu for that. Where do I have to hover them to see their clout over time? I guess we could look at it here. Oh, the clout went up when the trade unionist was going down, and the military. CBC in general. Interesting. My kingdom to finish this war, man. Yeah, so now we're paying like a lot for these tanks and planes and stuff, but it's overall going to stimulate the rest of our economy. So this is a way we can inject money in the economy. The like more direct and straightforward way is lowering taxes and raising wages, which we can't do anymore. So can also switch to a less efficient in terms of getting money, graduated taxation, which makes it mostly more on dividends. We'd make 2 million less, but kind of fine with this, and so we would be taking less from our pops. Just some thought. We have some unrealized taxes. We do have insufficient tax capacity. Now I guess you're incorporated. Southern Anhui. Jiangsu. Why don't we just get you up to 51? So we won't have to worry about you for a while. Eastern Hubei. Western Hubei. And more than happy to create jobs this way as well, especially if it's going to give us more tax capacity. I guess we're going to start choosing the second event. We don't really need the migration attraction. So Kiva, you want to give up yet? Or you want to just keep... I wish we could have made multiple fronts with them. It wouldn't have taken us so long if we had multiple fronts. So, big sad that we couldn't. Now, do we have a decree that we don't need? Not really. So we will get rid of one of our encouraging manufacturing decrees. Fujian. This, of course, was from swapping over to universal suffrage. Glad we have brought this down a little bit without bringing welfare payments up, really. Unemployment has risen. Don't like that. I mean, our population's also rising, so it's like a thing. We're about to enact public schools, though. And we got more building to do. Alright, dyes are probably, yeah. Exactly. Running out of spots to build these is a little bit of a concern. Of course, we can use synthetic plants as well to make the dyes. I think sulfur's cheap, so that's not a problem. Not exactly sure what the mined out world kind of balance on this is. But if silver's cheap, it might be more productive generally than, I guess sulfur's not super cheap. We are not using the best mining PMs on sulfur, but we would also rather not use the best mining PMs. So we might have end up having to delete and rebuild some farms to make that work. Moving forward. Look at this. 1111. Beautiful. 1400 construction. The forbidden button. Adds 22,000 construction. Finally. Alright, so on to Indonesia, which is our goal for this run. We're gonna conquer Benjar. Oh, we're gonna face so many guys. Alright. I don't even know if we'll have enough maneuvers to take everything we want from these guys. On this guy, we gotta make a puppet. We've got 2 states. Actually, we could just take one state and then take another later. No. This is not as good for the map painting. So. Oh, we can't conquer. Why can't we conquer state on Tidor? This guy we have to puppet. Discovered in Texas. Why can't we build oil things? Don't know. Psychological warfare. Affair between this guy, who's market liberal, this guy. So we'd want the market liberal to step down. We'll do that. Or we won't do that. Kind of okay with the market liberals, TBH. I guess we'll go right to left. It's just like manga. Right to left. Trying to keep an eye on why our economy makes less money. Because if subsidies are down, that's kind of okay with that. I mean, we could get rid of everything that is causing subsidies, but that's not what we want to do either. Or sorry, if welfare is down. But we want to keep the unemployment low as we can. So like, ooh, that just dipped a ton. So it's like 50 million total peasants and unemployed right now. The last tech. Let's build more rails, I guess. I know I clicked there, but good old lag. I'm gonna add another 5 in Punjab, just 1 here. Someone sides with them, what? We can conquer. Oh, it's just these guys, so we can conquer them. Snack backs down. Excellent. So now we should be able to. Why can't we conquer them? I don't know. Oh. Because they're a protectorate. Got it. That makes sense. We will conquer Bhutan now. Which apparently is allied with Tidor. So I think... Well, first of all, we're just going to conquer Banjar if this goes through. But I think we can just conquer state all of Tidor as well. I don't think we need to worry about having enough maneuvers here in case people join, but I also don't think this war goes through. But that would save us a war later down the road. So would not mind this going through, because now we don't have to puppet then annex Tidor if we were going for a one tag, which I don't think we can get, but maybe. And we put guys on every front. So we put guys on every front. Where's the missing front? Are there two fronts here? Is it that one? Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Let's go public schools. Let's go. I suppose right before the tick I could throw in these guys in the gov. Would not be unreasonable, just to make the tick go way better. Maybe we'll try and sneak in some of Africa. Maybe we'll just have to do Africa in two chunks, north and what is it? Northeast and sorry, south and east and north and west Africa. Kind of hoping this war goes through. Really don't think it will. What else can we do but add to the queue? That's like way funnier to me now than it's going to be later. Alright, we can no longer get bananas. We were bananaed out. North Bengal also... We are soon not going to be able to... We're soon going to run out of places to build some of these things. Which actually makes me keen on being selective. Wow, it's wild we're running out of this stuff. Maybe we should even expand the military here. Just to spend more money to stimulate the economy. I mean, that's why we're, well, we're not going to do that, but we are doing this. Switch to battleships. More ironclads and radios. Really just a drop in the bucket in terms of cost. If they do want back, if they are going to back down, we want them to back down sooner rather than later. This is stalling out. I think the only way we can increase this is by decreasing the cost of their needs, and since they are determined to buy furniture no matter how expensive it is, and fruit, it's a little rough. Transportation though, they're consuming quite a bit of that. guy's gonna need way more. There's so many in the queue for him. We'll just add 5. Oh, you guys need some help. I feel like I just expanded these ones. Let me just double check that they are, Yep, they are subbed. Let's just look at our PMs for all of them, I suppose. Do want them all to be government run, electric trains, subsidized. Gonna back down or what? And let's check the gold reserve. They do have 15 on the gold reserve and some loyalists, and we have turmoil. Minus 55 is sometimes those pop off. So we have insufficient tax capacity in a couple places. Let's just get that up. Because this is a way of stimulating the economy too, that we don't mind. We're paying for a bunch of stuff we don't do just to stimulate the economy. Or a bunch of stuff we don't need just to stimulate the economy in terms of military goods. And we're fine to just do that with paper and wages too, by overbuilding on, like, we already overbuilt significantly on universities, considering we don't need universities anymore at this point. I also don't think there's a single state where we, like, there's no place where we have qualifications problem, and we are researching the last tech of the game, which is going to be useless for us, so it looks like this war might pop off, which will be quite nice. We'll get Tidor, all of Tidor, and we'll also get to get Banjar as well. Just conquer all this. It's pretty good for knocking out the rest of Indonesia here. Just a ton of little countries. Well, you can't win them all. God, I hate that those are just 2 countries. Let's see if they get abandoned. They get abandoned by one of their guys. We get public schools. Both abandoned them. Okay, cool. Which means more challenges will appear eventually. I don't like that. Last time I've gotten that, it was bugged. Passing laws. Okay, there we go. Work level for workplace safety office. Alright, we can do that. It will cause us to pay more in terms of welfare. So we'll probably decrease it back, but we can increase it for now. And that is the last of that. And that's the last of that. So you will need some more. That Fujian needs some as well. So public services we need now. There's a ton of little countries here, man. It is making this a little bit difficult. Maybe we want to incorporate some more territory. Some of these Indian ones that have really just a ton of arable land. Really anything that had like a special bonus would be super nice too. More power plants, profitable they are, so let's just add 300 or something there. Now, of course, gonna need some more rails. They're not even fully incorporated yet. I didn't even realize that. That's funny. They will be though, soon. See 'em. Alright. The forbidden infrastructure. Closing in on 25 billion on this economy are starting to level down, and we get it back down. Nice. Gem buy. So let's double check kind of the most important thing. Subsidized railroads. Of course, we have that thing going on. Guess we want the railroads to finish first. Then we can build all the stuff, but we do want to make sure we are. Yeah, they have no market access in there. It's not ideal. We declare war on them now, though. Gotta get out of the lens. Alright. Conquer Benjar. We'll see who abandons them and who doesn't. And to Door, we can annex stuff of theirs directly. I think we actually made a mistake, because we're not going to have enough maneuvers to go in on all these guys if the war pops. So we did make a mistake here. So we will first focus on conquering everything that just has one state and then figure out from there. We definitely recruit more generals. We have a ton of units in reserve. I don't think it's quite necessary. Let's take a look at what this is. Minus 62 probably doesn't go. We have gold reserves in turmoil. Let's add conquering just states. So like Johor is a single state, we'll conquer Johor. This is a single state. Single state. And then I guess these three, so we don't have to fight a single war. Instead of 2 to fully annex. And then we have enough maneuvers left to take some states from Dutch East Indies, but that kind of doesn't matter at this point. I guess we would take East Borneo. But let's see if anyone else wants to jump in on this war. Places are auto building tools, so we will do that. Just drop 50 wherever they're auto building. No, you're not supposed to be on there. It's supposed to be on it. Sorry about that. Keep on forgetting I do want to expand more in London than anywhere else, because they do have the extra 1% throughput bonus. Alright, the lag should stop now that we're not adding to the queue anymore. Oil's the future, my guy. Except no frontier lasts forever. Not too worried about making our PMs absolutely perfect, because we're just annexing a lot of territory and then it like messes up. Sulu sides with Banjar. Thank goodness we did not use the last of... Alright, so we're gonna have to puppet Sulu, because they have 3 territories. And really kind of hoping this war pops off, because this is kind of the whole shebang right here. It's unlikely, but they could. It's kind of a hot mess, though. You are a moderate, and you are a communist. Alright. Not have anyone incoming, we'll put you there. Oh, and we did pass schools, so we could go for another law now. Like private health insurance. Could go try and get rid of protected speech now that we've got kind of the thing in place. I think we'll just keep it for now, because we don't know what else this journal will want of us. So we'll just wait on the safety office. Oh, it's crazy. There's a decent amount of support for monarchy. Wouldn't hate going back to monarchy. Legal guardianship is probably better for us, because we don't really need more people in the workplace. Considering our unemployment levels gone up a little bit. or the combined total of unemployment and peasants. Let's make some railroads here. Home country is kind of easy to forget about. I mean, we have 500 infrastructure, so maybe we already had that thought. We zoom in and we lag. Because look at all these manufactories. But I think I will expand everything here a little bit. Yeah, these aren't fully employed. Gonna back that now. I mean, this is the biggest enemy we've seen in a long time in terms of 77 battalions, largely on the back of the Dutch East Indies. Don't have a single front that's unaddressed, and it's like all 98, 90, whatever, 100%. If this war pops off, we'll also land the Dutch East Indies in a couple spots with our bugged out generals. Are getting radicals. A lot from discrimination. Yeah, religious discrimination is going to be a big one now. Would like to switch to total separation, but our people who would allow us to switch are now all dead. This is now a vanguardist instead of a communist. The communist is what we would need in order to switch. We need a communist or a nihilist. So we are stuck with freedom of conscience for a while. Which is kind of a bit of a bummer, because since we switched to public schools, we're not converting religions anymore. The religious schools are better for converting people, but if we take a look at our population... yeah, a lot of pops are just discriminated. Holy schnapples. This lag. So we got a lot of pops that are Hindu and other stuff. Protestant. We're never having another trade route again. It would be funny to see that event around when everyone's our subject in the whole world. Why hasn't this fired? Oh, we'll fire soon. We'll fire if we put these guys in the gov, it'll actually fire. Do we want to go full socialist? Funny that these guys aren't socialist. Well, I think everyone will become kind of more united if we do this, so we'll fire the event, I guess. Because if everyone is one of those socialist groups, and this might help us get a communist, which will be nice for getting rid of the discrimination, because communist or a nihilist is what you need to switch to total separation. So if any one of these guys switches communist, that'd be great for us. A very illegitimate government right now. Oh, I'm excited. This might go through. This might go through. Been a little slow going though. You know, we kind of wanted this episode to get all of Indonesia, and we've kind of just had only a couple wars. Where did the time go? Did I like AFK partway through the episode? I guess I'll have to review the episode as long as I remember to. I don't think I did. Standard living map is very nice for us. going in. Hell yeah, brother. This war alone is gonna paint a lot of the map in the way we want. Okay. So time to do some landings too. I guess we actually want the landing here. Because we don't have anything we need to enforce on the Dutch East Indies. So Tanqui? No, we don't have Songtu Shen. Where are you from? Indochina HQ. So I guess we don't have an Indochina admiral. Oh, we have no boats. Got it. That'll do it. We have this guy bugged out. Can't do anything about it. Okay. Guess we'll just take that for now. Store should... We don't need the tax spread. We'll take the influence. I guess it doesn't really do anything. We actually don't want the power protection. Let's see, what is this guy? He's a vanguardist. We already have a vanguardist. But sure. We had a vanguardist as the leader before. We'd rather have a communist, so we can get rid of our discriminatory government, but it is what it is. Well, that was quick. Quickly acquiring territory here. We have an undefended front. How much do we care? Clubs. Okay. Kinda care. Not much, actually. We'll just sink this in. Do we not have protectionism? I thought we did. What the hell? Oh, that protectionism. No, that's not happening. Don't you guys understand? You're all that's left. we are the market. Forgot who was even the original war goal here. Oh, that would explain why nothing's advancing. Or developing. We're going to have a truce with Dutch East Indies, so it's going to take us a while longer to annex them, but that's fine. If we are going to do a one tag, we have to have all the truces up by like 31 or like 29, this sort of thing. Or have all the wars with the guys we're going to... Yeah, we can't get any truces with those types of people. Really sucks that you can't truce break, also. I think that should not be the case. I also think that this guy shouldn't be bugged out, but you know, what can you do? HQ is not under our control? How is it not under our control? It's wild. Are we at... No, we're not at war with that guy, but we do need to land that guy at some point. I think. No, we're not at war with him. Okay, cool. We'll land Li and Kui, since that seems to be going slow. Just kidding. It's about to finish. So maybe we land Thor instead. Well, that's the... Is that the HQ? I mean, if that's the HQ, we have to land that instead. Discovers oil, but does it really? It does. Let's go over our Siberian stuff. Now, Perm will also need some infrastructure. A little bit. Why is this two different things? Is that here? Oh, it is here. So we just need the one. Do kind of want to wait till the end of the war, but this episode's gone on quite a long time, so I will call it an episode here. This episode, we tried to take all of Indonesia. It's been a little bit of a slow going, but this war is almost going to finish it all up, so, you know, we're battling for the rest of Indonesia. This is kind of a big, cool-looking war when you ignore the fact that the rest of the map is blue and they don't have a chance. Anyways, if you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm stuff. It helps out. And have a good one. Yeah.